Hello, so let's talk about some of the advanced stuff inside Spring transactions. So transaction management inside Spring works on proxy based approach. So let's understand what are proxies in Spring transactions. So let's say here we have a class which is basically our controller, and here we have a service, right? For example, let's say book service we have, and which will have get books as a function, right? Now from my controller I will just call this particular method. Let's say get books, right? Everything is fine. But what will happen when I mark this get books by using @transactional annotation? Now usually what happens when we inject this book service inside our controller by using @autowired or any other method, then this bin will be directly injected inside your controller, right? But the moment you make use of @transactional, this bin will not be directly injected inside your controller, rather a proxy of this bin will be created. Now consider this proxy as a wrapper on your book service. This book service proxy will be injected inside your controller, and this proxy will extend your book service and also override all these methods. For example, this get books will be overridden inside your proxy class, and this proxy will now call this particular get books. But in addition to that, it will also start the transaction and commit a transaction for you. Now your proxy class may look something like this. This is not an actual proxy. I have just created it to demonstrate how it might look like. So your proxy will extend your book service first of all, right? After that, what it will do, it will override your get book method. And what it will do, it will just call the get book method of your super class. That means your book service class, right? But before calling that, what it will do, it will just start the transaction for you. And after invocation of your method, it will commit the transaction. Or if there is any error coming, it will just roll back the transaction for you. So this particular transaction management is happening inside this particular proxy, right? So this proxy is basically a wrapper on your method on which you have annotated @transactional annotation. Now these proxies are of two types. First is JDK dynamic proxy and another is CGLIB proxy. So JDK dynamic proxy is created in case of interface. For example, if this book service is not a class and interface, then this proxy will be of type JDK dynamic proxy. If this is a class, then this proxy will be of type CGLIB proxy. Now, if you want to understand everything about Spring transaction in detail, then I have created this particular YouTube video. You will find the link of my YouTube channel in bio. Just go ahead and check it out.